From far away to the northwest of Port Bray, a cloaked figure ascended from the depths of Selaya. Having recovered from his alarming transportation from one dimension to another, he was ready to go forth into the world again. Who was this mysterious man? Even he did not know the answer then, for the strange transportation had blurred his memory. He knew of vague images of the landscape, in particular his homeland of Azuri, but whenever he tried to summon to thought a name that he could claim as his own, he came up empty. But then word came from afar that an ancient trove of knowledge and wisdom was being unearthed in the bustling city of Port Bray. Hopeful that perhaps there he could unlock his forgotten past, he set out from Selaya and journeyed across snow, ice, grasslands, and deserts until he arrived at the mighty fortifications that surrounded Port Bray. Upon his arrival at the so-called Hall of Kinship, he discovered that a grand library, almost cathedral in design, was being constructed behind the castle of Port Bray. Disguising himself among the excavators, builders, and other workers, he proceeded to attempt to learn as much as he could about the Hall of Kinship. The bloody history of the humans and their betrayal at Talatol, now called White Sands, the involvement of the Treants, dwarves, elves, and later his own kin, the Arbor Druids, and ultimately the discovery of ancient secrets long lost to mankind. Though what those secrets were, none yet quite knew. He gave no thought to the loss of his identity as a result of coming through the portal between dimensions, for it was a small price to pay in his personal quest to protect the realms and end the Nether invasions. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to my next episode on the Realm of Vasten server. I am out here in the middle of nowhere because I have something I want to do in today's episode, or at least I want to start working on it. As you can see behind me, we have a villager, well, a village, I suppose I should say, and a whole bunch of, what are these called? Cornflowers, I think? Yep, cornflowers. Let's grab all of these, because I've actually never had cornflowers before. I think they are a pretty, well, basically just a pretty flower. Pretty neat. Definitely pretty neat. Is that more over there? I think that is. Let's grab those two. I just want to have, a little supply of them. I don't know what we'll do with them. I don't plan on using them for dyes, necessarily, because, you know, there's easier ways to get dyes. But I did want to get some just for decoration in case I find myself needing some. It looks like there's some more over here too. Fantastic. Now, we are here at this villager town. This is a freshly generated villager town. I was lucky enough to find one that was just right on the... Where'd that flower go? Hello? Flower? There you are. That was right on the very edge of the explored territory, because I really wanted to find some 1.14 villagers. And I have definitely succeeded in doing that. This is, I mean, as you can see just with a glance around, this is a 1.14 village. I have blocked most of the villagers inside of their hut because when I arrived here, the sun was just setting and I didn't want to take any risks. So I quickly closed as many of them in there as I could. Now, I do want to break all of these crafting stations because, well, we'll come back to the villagers and explore their houses in a bit. I want to break all of the workstations because I'd like to get all of these villagers without any profession. Because the fewer villagers I have to breed, the better, I think, and I want to have a lot of librarians for the library that we're going to be building this season. Oh, that squid is having a rough day here. Good on. Oh, he died already. You guys really should not, yeah, go over there. What are you trying to do here? Let's see, let's come over this way. Just a normal flower pot or planter box or whatever. Here's another composter. So what I essentially want to do is I want to take all of their workstations down to, I think it should get them to a professionless state. Most of them, I believe, already don't have a profession. Other than the composters, I haven't seen any sign of any workstations at all. So I'm not sure what all we'll find here. So I want to get all these hay bales, though. The hay bales are... Do you mind not? Hay bales are really good for, well, decoration, but also trading, because, I mean, it's, you know, easy to get wheat, basically. All of this... I basically want to strip this entire village down. Now, there are quite a number of villagers here. I don't know how much, like, how far away we are in terms of blocks. But I came all the way from Port Bray, so it's a bit of a hike. We also have cats here. I'd like to be able to get some fish and maybe try to tame these cats. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know, do they accept any number of these bajillion fish in here? Let's see if they'll accept these. If I kill a whole bunch of fish, these are salmon. I don't know whether cats take salmon. I would think any fish, you know, other than, you know, maybe puffer fish or something. I would think pretty much any fish would do. So let's grab, I don't know how many fishies we've killed floating up here on the surface. Here's some. And there's some. Do we see any more fish floating around? I mean, there's plenty more to kill. I don't know how many it'll take to tame the cats. Okay, so where'd that cat go? I think I saw 2 cats running around here. Ooh, there's one. Okay, do these work like ocelots? Do they run if you spook them? Like, horribly? Also, there seems to be a glitch. My horses are invisible, for the most part. Hey, kitty, kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come back here. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Why are you walking away from me? You're going the wrong way. Kitty! Come back here. I'm walking nice and slow. I feel like it is deliberately moving away from me. Is this not how you tame cats? I'm so confused. Do I just run at it? Come here, you. No, come here, come here, come here, come here, cat, come here, come here, no, cat. Yay! I think that's the way to get a cat. You just scare it into the water so it can't get away from you. Awesome. Well, I think I fed it way too many. Wow, those golden eyes are terrifying. Come on. Come on, kitty. Let's find that other one. Let's see if we can't get ourselves two cats tamed. Alright, where are you, kitty? I think it was like a black kitty, maybe? Let's see, where did I remember seeing that? Let me have a look around here. Aha! There you are. I see you. Come here, you. Charge! No, come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Come back. Come back. Nope. Stop. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running. Stop. Stop it. Nope. Come back here. Cat, hold still. No. Come. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. Come on. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Yay! I got it. Man, that is quite the mad race just to get a couple cats. But I've got a couple cats now. I don't know where the other one went. Did I scare it? I didn't. What happened to the cat? It was right behind me a moment ago. Kitty? Kitty? They're supposed to teleport, aren't they? Huh. Maybe it'll show up in a little bit. It was over here last time I saw it. I don't think I left it sitting. I hope I didn't. It was right over here, I think. Huh. Maybe it'll catch up to me in a little bit. Anyway. Oh, there it is. What are you doing standing right here? You're my cat! Yeah, you. Come on. Cats don't seem to... Cats seem a little weird. I don't know. That one's... Okay. You know what? We're gonna make it easy. Sit and sit. Now at least I know where you are. Okay, so that is taken care of. We even have two spare fish. Maybe we can breed them later or something. So let's see what we've got here. Nothing. Okay. You know what? Let's take down the doors and the beds. We're gonna need beds anyway. And that way I know which rooms have been explored. So we've got a villager got 2 villagers wandering around. Let's see. Block it. Alright. Here's a bed. There's another bed. I want to take all the beds. I don't want you guys sleeping anywhere. Ooh, more beds. Wow. Ooh, a chest. Nice. I guess. We'll take that. All of that. Okay. Now you stay right there. Don't go anywhere. You know, we should try and make a pen. Maybe that's what we should do. Give me a few minutes here, guys, and I'm going to set up a little villager pen of sorts, just to keep them somewhat safe. Well, I definitely think I've got them all crammed in here somehow. So what I did was I just laid down, I took every single bed, and the doors as well, just, you know, I don't think they actually do anything for villages anymore, but I grabbed them anyway. I took every bed out of the entire village, came to what appeared to be the largest house, because it has 2 layers, and both layers are pretty open space. So I basically filled as much of the floor as I could with beds. I think I used all of the beds. Yeah, I think I used all of the beds. This village spawned with 2 bells, and all I did was I put 1 bell above this door, and then I just rang it incessantly. Any villagers within the range of the bell would register that these were the only beds available, so they would instantly just run in here and take a bed. And as you can see, I'd put a bit of a dirt block or a grass block in the way so that they can't get out while I'm out there corralling all the others. Now, unfortunately, because of the size of the village, there were a couple villagers out here that were too far away to answer the summons of the bell, but using a boat to get them closer was all you really needed to do at that point. So I believe this village is completely devoid of villagers, except for those ones over in that main the main build over here. So what we need to do now is figure out what we're going to do with these villagers, because they're all professionless. You know what, now that I think of it, I want to grab some of these. Give me some fences. Thank you. Because I want to be able to get in, but I don't want them to be able to get out. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I don't want to use hay bales. I guess we'll just use the grass blocks. And we're just going to pillar up. And let's see, where would be a good place to... Nope, that is not going to be a good place to do it. Hello, lag. Maybe right here, then? Yeah, that should do. So we need to have some ladders. That way I can get in, but they can't. And I guess I'll also need some as a way to get up there, too, because I don't want to have to pillar up and down with, dirt every single time. So I guess I'm going to need all of these as well. Let's see if I can. Can I get up there? Oh, that did not work because I lagged. Woo! Ouch. Okay, so break all of those. Did it get it? I don't think so. I think it landed, yeah, right there. Come here, you. My ladders. Oh, great. My inventory is jam-packed. There we go. Alright. Take my dirt back. Let's see. I think there were also some ladders in this house over here. This all is going to be very temporary. Yeah, 3. That's not very many, but I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm gonna just take what I can get. This is only gonna be temporary. Ultimately I want all of these villagers in Port Bray, but I am relatively new with playing around with the 1.14 villagers, so I want to test it out with them first, and of course, I guess we'll get rid of that, so there we go. Look at all these guys. What are y'all up to? Big cramped quarters, don't you think? Now, as we can all see, they have no profession. If you right-click on them, they shake their heads, or they nod their heads, or whatever. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a job. There were only 2 composters and 1 brewing stand in the entire village, so I can't even do anything without librarians unless I make myself some lecterns. I think I will want... I mean, assuming that the actual breeding part is still the same as it was in 1.13, I'm going to want 2 of these guys to be farmers so that they can go and do like their own little garden thing so that they can have infinite supply of food and whatnot to continually breed with each other, and then I would need a third one to be the detector for the village. But again, that assumes that villages work the same way. If it does, then I'll use those 3, and then everybody else I'm going to turn into librarians. But I think before I have to worry about any of that, how to breed them, if it's still the same way it was before, don't hurt yourself, doofus. What was that for? I'm definitely going to need to transport all these nutties all the way over to Port Bray, which means I need to get my hands on a lot of rails, I think. I think rails will be the easiest way to do it. And my elytra's also almost dead, so I definitely need to go do something about that as well. So let me take a break here, let me work on this a little bit, and I'll bring you back in a while. And welcome back, everybody. I have been a bit of a busy beaver, not so much on the, library to be, as you can probably tell. It looks pretty much the same way it was before. I am currently on... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I was trying to tab to open up that. I am currently on the server alone right now, so not sure why I'm having any lag, but whatever. I've been a bit of a busy beaver. Not, like I said, was saying, not so much with the builds, but, well, that unusual box there with all those beds, yeah, I managed to get the villagers back here. It wasn't all that fun necessarily. Villagers are very uncooperative just in general. Let's see, they're down here somewhere. I think I might need to break some dirt. Here we go. So we've got, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, hold still. Wait, stop moving. Stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we do have all 8 villagers. They're all safe and sound here in this very beautiful box that we have constructed for them. I kind of need out now. Come on, out. Nope, not like that. What? Now I'm out of rockets. Alright, what am I hitting with my rockets? I need out of here. Come on, don't do this to me. I need to get more rockets here pretty soon. Oh boy. Alright, let's try that again. Stop pushing. There we go. So, I brought them all over here. And then I may have made a small mistake. I had one of those little pillager scouting parties. And I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and kill them like normal. And I did. And then I got the, what is it? The bad omen effect. And I forgot that all these beds and villagers mean that this is technically, I guess, a village now. So I had a raid spawn in, and that was interesting. I wasn't really anticipating that. It went on forever. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't anticipating it, so unfortunately I wasn't recording at the time, and I had my hands pretty full just trying to survive. They like to spawn, I mean, I got a whole bunch over there. I think most of them probably spawned down in this area here. A couple of them actually spawned up here on these, I don't know what you would want to call these, like catwalk type things. It was quite the ordeal. I did come out with 47 emeralds, got some totems of undying. I actually died a couple times. The Vex hit like Mack trucks. It's unbelievable. But we're also playing in hard mode, so I guess that's probably a contributing factor. I got a couple of those pillager beasts. I got some banners. I guess we can go ahead and throw that down. Hello, banner? There we go. Still having that lag. Gonna go ahead and throw that down. For kicks and giggles. I don't think I got anything else too exciting. Just, random rubbish from, like, a couple bottles and whatnot from the witches that occasionally will spawn. But yeah, it was quite an interesting event indeed. Not one that I necessarily want to repeat, at least not in a free range version like this. I think the ideal thing would be to have a farm where you do all your raids, where it kind of funnels the pillagers into one spot and you just kill them like you would any other mob farm. Now with the villagers down here, I did have this nether portal here. It was kind of surprising, so the Port Bray portal is right, well, you can't see it, come on, fly this way, right there, and that nestled into the side of the hill. That's the official portal for Port Bray. We don't really use portals, we don't really travel by nether very much in the Realm of Vasten world because of how immersive we try to aim for with our, with the story and the lore and everything. And with the whole Nether war, it doesn't make sense for everybody to travel through the Nether. But we do use it when we have to for things like transporting villagers that would be flat out nightmare without it. Like 2,500 blocks out there, no thanks. I'm not interested in traveling or carrying villagers that far. So I did bring them. I had to make sure, of course. Whoa, hello, Elytra. Ow. Okay. I did have to make sure that this portal was synced up first so that I could put another one over here without them, getting all messed up. Got that taken care of. There was actually already a tunnel in the Nether that pretty much led straight past the villager town that I, wanted to steal these guys from. So that was really convenient. I didn't really have to do very much, just had to lay down a bunch of rails and all that fun stuff. Now comes the bad part. I've spent the last couple days, because it's actually been a few days since the last clip, I've spent the last couple days wrestling with villagers trying to figure out the 1.14 system. And just when you think you've got it figured out, it all changes on you. I managed to get villagers willing and breeding and happy and everything when I used, I did it with a bunch of librarians at first, because that's ultimately what I want here is a librarian, or a lot of librarians. And that worked great. So I was like, okay, well that's good, but I don't want to have to, manually feed them. So I started working on a system where you just have your 9x9 plot where they can just grow their carrots or whatever, feed themselves, breed as needed, blah blah blah. Well, unfortunately, in 1.14, apparently, and maybe this is a bug, it's kind of been suggested that it might be a bug, villagers will prioritize working over breeding, which means if you've got a bunch of villagers that are farmers, all they're going to do all day long is throw carrots at each other. That's all they care about doing, pretty much. So I went days and days and days, and occasionally I might get hearts, but then they'd go right back to throwing carrots, and I wouldn't get any new villagers. I stumbled across a bug report with Mojang that pretty much described the same thing, and one of the comments on it was that if you make like only one villager a farmer and make the rest of them into any other profession, then your odds of getting villagers is much better. So I actually have a relatively functional villager breeder in my creative testing world. Now the trick will be getting it built here somewhere, and I say the trick because Port Bray is probably filled with beds, and I don't know how that's going to ruin a potential breeder. So what I may have to do is, I don't know, build it way out here somewhere, and then just funnel them over here on an as-needed basis. Like, I don't think there's some stuff here, but like if we veer off this way a little bit, you only have to be like 60 some odd or 100 blocks away. So maybe if I just hit it in here, then that would work. And then we would just have to make a mental note, hey, villager breeders over there, don't build anything nearby, and then all the villagers could be just deposited in this direction. And then we can turn them all into librarians. Now, because I find it particularly amusing, I literally took a 10-second or so recording of the villagers throwing carrots back and forth just to show to the gang on my Discord, but I figured you guys might want to see it too, just for the laughs. So here you go, let's take a look at that 10-second clip, and I'll be right back. Well, I hope you enjoyed that short clip and got at least a chuckle out of it. I did just remember something else, though, that I did read, and I don't know how true it is, but I did a little bit of testing, and it seemed to be working. Villagers, the ability to breed is determined on having food, of course, being willing, but a factor in that whole willingness breeding process is having available beds. So when a baby is born, it claims a bed, and so long as that bed is claimed, no new baby can claim it. So once all the beds are claimed, you're done having babies. However, if you can get that baby to unclaim that bed, then that bed becomes available again to be claimed by another villager. And the way it determines whether that that bed is claimed is if the baby can path block to it, which means either taking it very far away so it can't find it, or it means apparently if you just close that baby off completely overnight when it actually wants to use a bed, then it will realize, hey, I can't reach my bed, it's nighttime, I need to sleep, where is it? I don't know, I guess I don't have a bed anymore. And then that bed becomes available, in theory. And if that is true, then hypothetically, as long as we put the basically right here, put the breeder pretty much in the middle down here and completely close it off, and at nighttime have whatever passageway that we use to lead baby villagers out, have that close off so that they can't ever possibly pathfind back in, then I think it might just work. They might be perfectly happy to pop up here, do whatever they want to do up here as librarians when they grow up, and have these guys continue breeding for, you know, maybe ever. So I think that's something that we should at least give a try. So let me, I'm going to probably not be able to get to it this episode, but I think I at least want to, whoa, hello, ouch, pick a spot before the lag completely gets to me. So let's see, well, this is the center point, and I think if we're going to do this, it would make sense to have it centered completely. Unless we want the villagers to pop out in a central location, because this is not too tall. They should be able to hold their breath long enough to go to the surface if we use some sort of like water elevator. But you know, we've got a couple different options. We could also use mine carts to get them up top, and then deposit them somehow. You know, we got plenty of possibilities. But I think probably just keeping the breeder centered would make I don't know, make my the side of me that likes things to be completely symmetrical probably a little happier. So let's see, let's dig this out. Where's our center point? It's right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 4 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear this out. Clear that out. Get rid of those. Dig up this stuff. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. And clear this up. Bye-bye. Bye-bye all this. Oops. I think I went too 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I went too far. These don't go like that. Alrighty, and break all of this, and then we just need to fill in these spots here so that it's completely flat. Now this will be where our tilled soil will be. We'll have like a water source in the center. We'll need to swap out this stone with more soil. We'll probably end up getting rid of this. I prefer having glass walls on everything so that I can see what they're up to at any moment. But this will probably be where we put the villager breeder. And then we'll have the babies drop out, get in a water stream, and then probably just do some sort of fancy magic with water streams to get them up there somewhere. Whether they pop out in the middle or if they pop out somewhere else, I don't know if it necessarily matters. That may end up being something with the design of the library itself. I kind of like the idea of popping out in the middle, but it doesn't have to be like that. But unfortunately, I'm pretty much out of time for this episode, so I think this would be a good, project to work on in the next episode. All the struggles I went through trying to figure out how villagers work kind of consumed a lot of the time in the last couple days here, and villagers generally being uncooperative chewed up the rest of the time. Yeah, it's your fault in here. You hear that? Your fault. It's all your fault. But I think in the next episode we can at least start working on this, and hopefully cross all your fingers, cross all your toes, all of that stuff. Hopefully it actually does work the way I am thinking it maybe. I don't know. And even if it doesn't, you know, I'm sure we'll figure out something. So we'll work on this here coming up pretty soon. I want to get villagers popping out like nobody's business. And I think we should also maybe take a look at the halfling, not hobbits. Not hobbits, they're halflings. Halflings, yes. We'll want to take a look at the halfling village and maybe build our own little halfling hole over there. Because I was over there just today. I mean, I was over there with you guys like 2 days ago or whatever it was, and there's already a whole bunch more stuff to see. So I definitely want to get in on the action over there. So I'm gonna just go ahead and call it here. I hope you've enjoyed the episode as always, and I hope you keep on coming back for more. But until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I will see you later. Bye!